We're calling this the Next Generation Bond Proposal. It's a 25-year bond proposal that would increase the debt levy by about 1.35%, or mils, excuse me, 1.35 mils. It would cost the average homeowner, and I say average, we use that $100,000 home kind of a figure to keep it simple. It would be about, I believe it's about $1.30 a week for about $19.1 million over 25 years. So in terms of bond proposals, it's an extremely good value for that amount of money and for the amount of benefit we would get. Comprehensive campus overhaul, parking lots, roofs, an auditorium, what we call an innovation center, which is a really amazing reimagination of our industrial arts shop, agriculture area, including the greenhouse. All of that stuff will be reimagined and kind of rebuilt to reflect the changes in the workforce. A lot more technology, individualized, project-based kind of learning, things like that. We also have some athletic facility renovations and an additional athletic facility that would potentially be built out in the northeast corner of the parking lot football field area. It would contain concessions and permanent restroom area, and then inside some all year round kind of weatherproof sports opportunities for people. I think I mentioned the auditorium. So that pretty much wraps up kind of those big ticket items. Smaller but equally significant items would include things like boilers, some air handling systems in the secondary, which are very, very outdated, school security upgrades, new technology in surveillance software, contacting parents and staff within the building in a crisis situation more quickly and effectively, some hardware for doors, exterior and interior, things like that, to help us in the event of a crisis. And just this proposal simply takes it to a level where sinking funds alone couldn't suffice. You can't use sinking funds for furnishing or purchasing equipment. We were inspired by some things that we've learned, some staff development that our teachers have undergone in terms of project-based learning, kind of embracing a new way of learning. And so some of these facilities feed that. This innovation center wouldn't just be for industrial arts. The chemistry teacher is thinking about how she could use it, and the biology teacher as well. And one of our English teachers is very excited about facilitating this kind of learning with individual students, maybe as independent studies, things like that. So some of it has just been our journey as an educational staff, learning about new things that we think would be great for our students. We've also been inspired by the expressed needs of people in our community. We as a board and an administration may not always seem to hear everything that's said, but we make lists. We keep lists of things that people say over time that they want, they need, they're concerned about, things like that. And we take those to heart. And when we sit down with our committees and things, this is what we dream about. How can we meet those needs? And so that was a large part of the inspiration. We think that you would find something for everyone in this bond. We would be able to start immediately on some of the smaller things through the summer months, but most of the things that would require deep renovation would go into a design. We're looking for somebody who could come in and help us, advise us, and help us coordinate safety and security services for our kids. We look at school safety beyond just safety, it's student wellness. We think that kids need someone to trust and a listening ear. So we wanted this person to be someone who would build relationships and help us to prevent a potential act of school violence, as well as deal with the possibility that there would be one. So when we found Darren was readying to retire from his current post at Bay City Police Department, Darren's able to put in some days for us. We would love for them to stop by. I think parents will probably see him out on the curb at the elementary welcoming students fairly soon.